Yeah. Yes, ma. Narendra Kumar. I only said that paper, ma. I only said that paper. Narendra Kumar. I only said the question paper. Yeah. I only said the question paper. Myself only said the question paper. Yeah. So, yeah. Myself only said the question paper, ma. See, I am the, of course, it's proudly to say, yes. Yes, ma. Okay. Java test, huh? Yeah. So, see, I only said the paper. Look at that if you want. So, I am the NASCAM member, NASCAM plus core Java. See this core Java features, you see. So, here I said that total paper, core Java with answers, multiple choice and all. Yeah. So, of course, don't feel that we used to set that papers, right? So, don't feel that SAR is boosting because as a senior most faculty, I used to get that things. Okay. So, for any company, Java paper, when the test is conducting, we used to do that. Shall we start, Ma? Shall we start? Yeah. So, we are going to see that. Narendra Kumar, what do you felt by seeing that question, Ma? So, did you felt that sorry said that paper or what you felt? Yeah, Narendra Kumar. Ah, yes. So, okay. Fine, ma. So, let us move to the subject. Even in the near future, also, we will go for the Python also like that. Python also like that. So, let us make my students to be best. Let us make my students to be best in my subject. If my students get the job, if my students get the job, I am the most happiest person if my students are working well in real life. Right. Fine. So let me start. Let me start the oops features in oops features in. I'm going to start oops features in Python. Oops oops in Python language. I'm going to start. So this is completely. Please, ma, let me enter into the subject. Om Prakash. Last 10 minutes, I will speak about that part. Okay, don't worry. I will talk to you. I will call you and I will talk to you. Please. Let me enter into the fully involved in the subject. Oops in Python. So this will take 10 days. This will take 10 days. Even 2 days we keep extra. 2 days we keep extra for any other small extra discussions. We will keep for 10 days. We will keep 2 days extra where my students are getting little difficulty in getting, where something like that we are going to discuss. So let us start importance of oops. Importance of oops. Carefully try to follow. So meantime, people are getting logged in. Now we are going to enter into that. Dear students, in real time, in real time, in real time, I am writing. Follow me carefully. In real time, index you want, right? It's a very big index, ma. It's a very big index. Index, you leave it because I'm going to start. If I write index now, it will take half an hour of time. Then Sri, it will take half an hour of time. At the end of it, I will write the index. Okay, na? So you give me that permission to write the index at the end of it. If I start writing index, it will take half an hour of time. Okay, na? So give me permission. Yes. So please let us move forward. Fine. So in real time, to develop any type of project, to develop any project, to develop any project, we need a language. We need a language. We need a language or technology. We need a language or what? Technology. That means language is nothing but a Python here. Language is nothing but a Python here. And the technology is nothing but something like what, something like what, Django, IoT, something like that. Something like that. So any real-time project you need to develop, compulsory we need to choose a language. And it can be satisfied and it can be satisfied and it can be satisfied it can be satisfied two principles. It can be satisfied what? Two principles, ma. Two principles. It can be satisfied two principles. Okay? They are yes. They are number one, procedure oriented principles. Carefully listen, Amma, because there is a chance to get the confusion. There is a chance to get the confusion in the oops, because first 3-4 days, it is a very carefully you need to listen the class without missing a single line. After 3-4 days, rest of 8 days, it is going to be like a drinking like an apple juice, something like that. First 2 days, if you miss it, is a problem. So procedure oriented programming languages, procedure oriented programming languages, procedure oriented principles, I can say. Procedure oriented principles, I can write procedure oriented principles. And the second is called object oriented principles. Second is called object oriented principles. Object oriented principles. Two types of principles. One is called procedure oriented principles. One more is called object oriented principles. Right. Dear students, Python programming, if you remember carefully, in the beginning days, in the features of Python, you are already understood that Python is going to be what language? Python is going to be what language? If you remember in the beginning days features, Python is a procedure oriented, object oriented, both. Python is procedure oriented or object oriented or both. It is a both. In the beginning days, we have seen it. Python is both procedure oriented as well as what? Object oriented programming language. Dear students, I am writing Python is one of the procedure oriented and object oriented programming language. The object oriented programming language. Python is one of the procedure oriented and object oriented programming language. Object oriented programming language. Right. So, what I mean to say, and you are already well aware of it, yes, my interpreted language, robust programming language. Python is one of the robust. How? Because of which topic Python is robust? Can anybody can tell? Python is one of the robust programming language. Because of which facility, ma? Excellent. Shravanti, excellent, ma. Exception handling. Okay, very good, everybody. Because of exception handling, we build very consistent and strong applications we used to design. That's why Python is one of the Python is one of the strong programming language. Dear students, Python is one of the procedure oriented and object oriented programming language. Dear students, if you remember, so far the programs which we have written, all those languages are what? So far the programs which we have written, all those kind of programs are comes under what? Procedure oriented programming facilities we used. Procedure oriented. Because we did not have any object oriented principles we follow. All of them are called procedure oriented. Such a type of programs we can rewrite happily with object oriented principles. Because when we go to data science or ML or AI, we are going to use object oriented principles. Of course, you can use procedure oriented, no doubt in that. So some of the times we definitely go for object oriented principles also. That's why, dear students, all our programs which we have written so far are comes under what? All our programs are so far which we have written is comes under what? Object oriented. So I am writing one simple sentence ma. Even though I am writing, even though Python programming, Python programming, Python programming belongs to both, belongs to both, belongs to both. And both means both object oriented as well as procedure oriented. Belongs to both. Internally, say, tell me, internally, you are already familiar with it. All the variables are treated as what? You are already excellent in that area which I made you. Internally, everything is what? Excellent, objects. Very perfect. So daily we are talking about that only. Internally, even though Python is programming belongs to both, internally, all the values are treated as what? Objects. This is a very, very important mark. In the software industry, in the technologies, as on today, the technologies which are available, everything is comes under object oriented principles. Dear students, of course, I am not boosting it. We are, of course, especially my area of expression, I am saying, in the field of Java, we really worked for more than 16 years in the industry. More than 16 years in the industry, in the software engineering level, in the team lead level, in the system analyst level. We worked more than 18 years in a single company that is called iGate MNC. Now it is associated with the Capgemini, where I am still dealing with the solution architect for various queries and various types of technical issues raising in the projects. Fine. So all of them are going to be what? Object-oriented principles only. Such principles are satisfied in all the languages. You take technologies, Hadoop you take it, big data, that is called Scala, Spark you take it. Anything you take it, object-oriented principles are compulsory. In my class, you try to get my expertism in the object-oriented programming. Yes, ma. Avinash Mishra, yes, ma. I'm a solution architect. Yeah. Yes, ma. I'm a solution architect in the Capgemini because iGate MNC is associated with the Capgemini now. Solution architect. It is one of the greatest position. It is the greatest position in the industry level. So wherever there are the issues are coming, there are only around 20 people will be there for the entire Capgemini. So whichever solution tickets will come, solution issues will come, the tickets will be raised to us. We will be solving it. So for a fresher, it will take around at least 6 to 7 hours to raise that, to solve that issue. For us, it will take only minutes and then within an half an hour, one issue can be done. And it is easy for us to do it. Right, ma? So anyhow, let us solve it. So Python is one of the object-oriented as well as procedure-oriented. Even though Python is one of the both languages, internally everything is treated as an objects. Now I am going to give you, sir, because of objects, what will be the benefits you are getting? Because of these objects, what will be the benefits you are getting? Benefits. Now I am going to write one of the basic double-quoted sentence I am writing. So the big object-oriented scientists like IBM, you take the company called IBM. They designed a lot of servers with object-oriented features. They designed even softwares, UML softwares, project designing tools. They did with object-oriented principles. They designed the servers. Grahamson, Grady Butch, and then Jacobson. These are all called industry experts, industry scientists in object-oriented programming. They said because of objects in every language, They are always talking about the effective memory management, where student need not to write a memory management kind of programs. A civil student can learn Python very well. A civil student can learn Java programming very well. A non-technical person can learn the programming like anything because they designed the principles like that. Like what? Residential school, if you join, there is one lazy student is there, make him to join in the residential. Parents kept in the residential. What will happen? So they put it into the correct place. So they will try to take care that person. Lazy will be over within 2 days. 4:30, wake up in early morning, open the notes. Open the notes. Naveen, excellent, civil engineering. Are you understanding this? Yeah. So any student you take it, put it in residential, lazy student, he will be set right within 10 minutes, within 10 days. Like that. Any language you take it, if you satisfy this object oriented, automatically memory management will come through that principles only. Especially the programmer need not to write any special programming for memory management. So the basic intention of hoops, every language is interested to use is to design more and more memory management things are there. And you are going to experience in my class how this is going to be done in the class. Dear students, let me move forward. The benefits of, I am writing the benefits of what I'm going to take, what I'm taking, the benefits of treating everything is an object. Everything is an object. Everything is an object. Everything is an object. In Python, the benefit of treating everything in Python, everything is Python as object in Python language. What are the benefits, sir? Because this is one of the very good question in interview point of view. What are the benefits of object-oriented programming in any language in general? If this question, compulsory question is, of course I am not boosting it. Lot of students, some thousands of students are working in the industry because of expertism in OOPS. Okay. So what are the benefits of object-oriented programming in Python? So first benefit I am going to take it. Take one example. Take an ATM center. You are entering a PIN number. You kept your card first. You kept your card. So internally, your card number will be red. And sending to where? Card number will be red from your ATM center. It will be sending to the server. It will evaluate and then saying that it is a correct person, asking to enter the PIN number. So based on your card number, it is asking to enter the PIN number. And this card number is so confidential. And next is called what? You are entering the PIN number. PIN number is entered. That PIN number, in front of you, the symbols will come. That will be going over the network to the server. It is evaluating and giving the result that what options you want to select it. So going there and what options you are going to get it back. So dear student, I am going to take this mark. So these are all called confidential matters now. This is called confidential data. See, first time I am using the word called confidential data. Confidential data I am using. Confidential data I am going to send it. So such confidential data I am sending from client side to the server side application. So that time what will happen? Over the network, dear students, this is called a network. Over the network, you are sending the confidential information. This is called a network. It is called a network. So over the network, you are going to get this confidential data is visiting between one location to another location. So there is a chance of hackers. They are called intruders. There is a chance of hackers to hack your data and they try to mismanipulate. So When the chance is there to hack your information, when the confidential data is visiting from client to the server over the network, the client data or the confidential data must be sent in the form of ciphertext. Must be sent in the form of ciphertext. Must be sent in the form of ciphertext. Must be sent in the form of what? Ciphertext. Must be sent in the form of ciphertext. Ciphertext. Ciphertext is nothing but what? Encrypted format. Dear students, understand. Encrypted format. Encrypted format. Human unreadable form. Human unreadable form is called ciphertext. Tell me guys, ciphertext. A small example I want to tell you about the ciphertext or encrypted format. But this is happening in which case? In the case of object-oriented programming languages only it will happen. It will happen only in the object-oriented principles. Whichever languages are satisfying, this type of data can be sent automatically. Suppose there are some languages which are purely procedure-oriented programming languages, like C language you take. Like C language you take it. C is one of the procedure-oriented programming language. It is purely procedure-oriented programming language. There are no objects, nothing will be there. Everything is treated as a normal variables only. That time, do you know how the data will be transmitted? The data will be transmitted in the form of plain text, plain text, plain text, plain text understandable by plain text understandable by understandable by all hackers. All hackers they can understand. All the hackers can understand this type of data. The plain text understandable by all hackers. That time, dear students, I am just asking you once again this point. Understandable by all hackers. That will lose the security. That is called unsecured point. This is unsecured. When the data sending in the form of ciphertext, we are achieving the security. We are achieving the security here. So I hope that this point is clear. Once again, I will give you a small information. Suppose there is one person. This is called Amirpet. This is called Amirpet. So from Amirpet, there is one more person is there in the high-tech city. For example, in high-tech city, there is one person is there. So some person asked this person, please hand over 1 lakh rupees to this person who is there in high-tech city and come back. So the person who is started from Amirpet and who is going to this high-tech city, in middle of it, there is a network is there. There is a road and all those things is there. There is a road and all those things is there. So he is moving from this high-tech city to Amirpet to high-tech city. So what is that data transmission? He has some 1 lakh rupees with him. He has 1 lakh rupees with him. He need to transmit this 1 lakh rupees from Amirpet to high-tech city. What this person is doing? What this person is doing? I will write one small diagram because I will tell this type of example everywhere else so that student can understand very perfectly. So he is taking in one hand 50,000, in one more hand 50,000 he is taking and he is walking in Amirpet roads. In one hand he is having 50,000, in one hand he is having 50,000, in another hand he is having 50 more thousand and he is walking in Amirpet. What will happen? Will he reach us safely to high-tech city? Come on, tell me. Thieves will be there. Who are the thieves here? Who are the thieves here? Network hackers. Network hackers. Network thieves are called hackers. So the thieves will follow you wherever you are alone. They will attack you and they will take your plain text because you are exploring your data to the external world. You are exploring your data to the external world. You are exploring your data to the external world. Then I will call one this is called which programmer he is? He is a C programmer. He is a C programmer. There is one more programmer is there. There is a one more programmer is there. Who is this programmer? I called Java programmer. I called Java programmer. I called one Java programmer. I called one Python programmer. I called one Java programmer. I called one Python programmer. What he is doing, you know, he will create He will keep this money in the bag. He will keep this money in the bag, ma. He will keep this money in the bag. This is called my bag. This is called my bag. He will keep that money in the bag. And that bag he will take and he will carry. He will carry this bag and he will move from Amirpet to this place. All the people are having bags in the Amirpet and he will carry this bag and he will carry this bag and he is moving. Will anybody know that inside the bag there are 1 lakh rupees is there? Because everybody is having the bag or not? Everybody will have the bag in Amirpet or not? He will take the bag and he will hand over to where? He will hand over to where? The person who is there in high-tech city. So the data which is present in the bag is called like which data? The 1 lakh rupees he is having in the bag is called which data? Ciphertext or encrypted format? Ciphertext or encrypted format? Unreadable form. Nobody knows that inside the bag what is there. Which one is secured, ma? Which one is secured? Keeping the data in the bag and then going is secured. Keeping the data in the hands and going is better. Keeping the data in the bag is invisible part is important. That is nothing but ciphertext or encrypted format automatically coming in the form of what? Objects. Tell me, in our Python, by default, everything is treated in the form of what? Objects. Everything is treated in the form of what? Dear students, objects. So objects are going to give you I'm writing the first benefit, ma. You have to reproduce as it is these points. The confidential, I'm writing the confidential data, transferred, the confidential data transferred in the form of what? Ciphertext oblique encrypted format between client side application or between client side application and server side application server side application. The best example we already understand, Python application. Data will be going to the database in the form of what? Objects. I am getting the data into the Python in the form of what? Objects. In middle of it, even anybody hacks it, they cannot understand what data will be there. In the form of objects. Encrypted format between the client side application, server side application. And the next is called what? So here only I will add it so that due to this point, so that security is enhanced. Security is enhanced. Security is enhanced. This is called one thing. Okay, na? So this point is clear. I hope that this point is clear. One more point I want to say now. This is one type of small awareness I gave you. Next, one more example let me give you. Suppose this is called your client application. Some application which we have. Right, ma? So this is called client application. This is called a server application. You please think about it. I am sending the data to the server side application. Plus I am receiving the data from server application to the client. Dear student, you tell me client side application is sending the data and server is receiving the data here. Then over the network, this entire thing is happening. This is over the network. So the client side application is having, this is called a CSA, client side application. This is called a SSA, server side application. This is. Dear student, here I am having large volume of data is there. Large volume of data. Take the technical word, large volume of data. Meaning is large volume of data I have. This large volume of data means, for example, take one example, 100 books are there with me. Just a normal example you take. 100 books. Just for you to understand I am talking about. So I will call one C programmer. What he will do, C programmer, what he will do, it is not an object oriented, it is a non-object oriented. There is a procedure oriented programming language. He will transfer this 100 books, value by value he will transfer. Value by value. Book by book will be transferred. He is transferring the data. Value by value he will transfer. Value by value he will transfer. You tell me, because of value by value transferring, how much time is taking between to and fro calls between client side application and server side application? It takes too many to and fro calls are taking. Tell me, with your knowledge, how many to and fro calls are taking? How many to and fro calls are taking? Come on, 200 to and fro calls are taking. 200. Take one book, keep one book. Coming back, take second book, keep it here. Take third book, keep it here. Take fourth book, keep it. Come back. To and fro calls are too many. 200 to and fro calls are there. Dear students, are you getting my point? 200 to and fro. 200 to and fro. Is it not network traffic flow is more? Is it not network traffic flow is more? Because of the network traffic flow is more. Are you getting effective communication or poor communication? We are getting the poor communication. We are getting the poor communication. So I am going to get the conclusion here. So C programmer is transferring. I will call one Python programmer. I will call one Python programmer. What he will do? No, sir. I don't transfer this value by value, sir. I will transfer all at once, sir. I will transfer all at once, sir. All at once means what, sir? Bring one bag, sir. Bring one bag, sir. Keep this 100 books here, sir. Add this 100 books here, sir. 100 books you add, sir. 100 books you add, sir. This is called B, sir. It is an object B, sir. It is an object B, sir. And send that object at once, sir. Send this object at once, sir. Send this object at once. How many times you are sending? With one single time only my data is going. Which one is better? All at once is better or one by one is better? All at once is better or one by one is better? How it is possible? How it is possible? Through the beauty of what? Through the beauty of what? Object. Through the beauty of object it is. All at once is better. Through object only it is possible. Tell me, I am writing the large volume of data. See students, the large volume of data. I am taking the large volume of data. Dear students, the large volume of data transferred between what? Client side application, and next is what? Server side application. Client side application and server side application. Client side application and what? Server side application. Client side application and server side application. All at once. All at once. All at once. All at once. How? All at once in the form of objects. In the form of object. All at once in the form of object. In the form of object. And improve and provides what communication? Provides effective communication. Effective communication. Effective communication. Dear students, see ma, I want to go to my native place. How I will go? I want to take some dresses. I will take my mobile. I will take my charger. I will take my laptop. All at once I will bring up. One by one I will bring up. First I will take my mouse. I will keep it in my native place. Next day bus I will take. I will come to my home. I will take the keyboard. Like that will I move all at one by one or all at once? All at once. Where I will keep, sir? I will create one bag. Inside the bag I will keep my values now. Inside the bag I will keep my values. So that bag is nothing but what? Object. See how many benefits are there. Even in real life now, you will follow what? Object-oriented principles you will follow. All successful people, if you see, if you carefully observe their lifestyle, they are strictly following the object-oriented principles. Because as an expert of procedure, as an expert of object-oriented principles, if I observe some of the CEOs, if I observe some of the MDs of various companies, they will strictly follow what? Their life includes what? Object-oriented principles. Their life includes what? Object-oriented principles. All the successful people, all the successful politicians, all the successful industrialists, all the successful people in their life, object-oriented principles are there. But without knowing or not knowing that principles are there. I will tell you in the class, after getting this complete concept of object-oriented principles, some of the examples I will tell you how the object-oriented principles are followed by them. And they don't know that, but their advisors, they are containing, we are converting their lifestyle into, we will see in our object-oriented programming. So, and we cannot say that and general examples with object-oriented, there is a blunders actually. Because some of the people are saying bus is an object, a car is an object, a lorry is an object, dog is, that are all called blunders. If you say these examples in interview point of view, they will say, get out. We cannot. We have to go for technical aspects. Because even when I am learning in my MTech, even in my engineering, our stars said that car is an object, dog is an object, animal is an object. These are all called cock and bullock stories. We don't want. We want what? Technical aspects. That I will tell in the class. That's what. Seriously, I'm telling to you, whatever we learned in academics, I'm telling very carefully. Even tomorrow, if you enter into the industry also, KVRs are said that same you make it. Even you will also tell after a few years, if you become a software engineer within 2 to 3 months, you will say this word. Today I'm saying, after 2 months, you will say, whatever we learn in academics, you never do anything in the software industry. You will say, sir, all our academic people will teach blunder. Of course, don't feel. We are also coming from academic background only, because we are also student of the university. And they taught to us. We learned, we wrote exams, we passed, we got gold medal, all those things, gold medal. We felt very happy. But because of that gold medal knowledge, if we apply in the real-time project, it will give you left and right for us. And we cannot surrender the gold medal to the university. We enjoyed a lot. But that gold medal knowledge will not work out, my dear students. With my experiences, I am saying, only for exams. Karthik is saying perfect. Only for exams. Whatever they said, we will write and we will add some masala to it. We will add some spicy to it. They will give half paragraph. You will write 10 paragraphs because God has given that type of knowledge. Dear students, am I talking openly today? Am I talking openly? Because we don't know any answer. We don't know any answer in the university question paper, in the public exams. But have you written additionals as written or not? Openly, we will discuss openly, open-hearted. Yeah, even I wrote, you wrote, everybody wrote. We wrote, because if we don't fill up the additionals, they will not give marks. Do you know how they will correct? Do you know how they will correct? Because I have one friend. We have one friend. How you is one of the lecturer in one of the college. How you will correct? So they will go on keeping tick marks. They won't read it seems. They will go on tick mark. Tick mark. Tick mark. They will give neither high marks nor low marks. Just a pass. Because of that, what will happen? That's why our BTech as on today doesn't have the value. So it is there in the hands of us to improve our subject like anything. It is there in the hands of you. It is there in the hands of you to change your juniors, to change the world also. That's what. Always we must go for perfect learning of the subject. Because if I am an academic faculty, I can't tell these facts. Being a real-time programmer, as a solution architect, I am telling to you people, I am sharing these facts to you. What we do in the real-time coding, I am going to tell you this. Yes. Right. Yes, ma. Absolutely. Yes. Let us come to the point of it. Next. Okay, leave it. we enjoyed college days are going to be good in everybody's life. Yeah, not only in your JNTU, you take OU, Usman University also, because I'm a student of OU for both engineering bachelor's as well as master's also. I felt that JNTU is better. JNTU is better. I think so, but I don't, because I am belongs to this. That's what I'm thinking about. So I'm saying that. Okay, whatever it is happened, we enjoyed the college days. We enjoyed it perfectly. Now we are in the programming. Now we need to leave all these things. We need to improve only the subject. Yes, yes, ma. Come on. Now coming to the next part. Dear students, dear students. Now one important open fact I want to say. Let us coming to one small point. Programmatical, I am coming, ma. Just please come on to the point. Suppose I want to calculate. Come on, ma, I want to write one more point. One day we will talk chit-chatting kind of meeting we will keep. Chit-chatting. Just we share our views, videos on. We will talk about whatever we like it. Some chit-chatting meeting we will keep it. But let us enter into the subject now. Yeah. Okay. Come on, ma. So I want to calculate. See, I want to calculate AOPs, arithmetic operations. With what? Only functions, ma. Only functions. Functions are most useful, no doubt in that. Functions are most useful, no doubt in that. Just to see that what I am going to do it. Suppose I am taking AOP of 10 comma 20. Or instead of that, sum of 10 20. 10 20. I am not talking about the Python programming. I am talking about some C language coding. Some C language coding. Okay. Now, sub of 1020. Sub of 1020. Don't apply our Python subject to C language. Our Python is both, I said. Procedure oriented, object oriented. Internally, everything is treated as an object only. I said that point because you also observed from the day one onwards. Next is called what? Multiplication of what? 1020. Next, I am going to say what? Division of what? 1020. Now, modulus of 1020. This is a C language code. Modulus of 1020. This is called the data. It is the code of what? C programming. I will write. Otherwise, you will get the doubt of, because you are a Python programming, everything you will see in the Python orientation only. Fine. Coming to that point back. Now, if you carefully observe, what is this 1020, ma? What is this 1020? What is this 1020? You tell me. Data, that is. This is the data. This is called a data. This is called a data. So 1020 is the data. Data is available in the form of what? Function calls. So obviously we are having what? Obviously we are having return type in our C language. Void. C language code I am writing, ma. C language code. Some function. Now I will take what? Int x comma int y, and I will write inside the logic I will write. C language code I am writing, ma. Please don't worry. Like that I will write the logic for sub, logic for multiplication, logic for division. I will write logic for everything. All the functions logics are there. Dear student, 1020 data is available in functions. Functions are meant for what? Performing the operations and providing the reusability. That you know, na? We achieved the reusability through functions. Later we extended to modules. Later we extended to packages. You already well aware of this part. Now you take C programming functions, you take it. Data is very important to perform the operations. That data is available either in function calls or inside the function definition, you know. Because you already learned four approaches. Four approaches. Taking value, returning value, not taking value, not taking value, taking value, not returning value, not returning and taking. Data is available. Data is available. Data is available in the form of functions. Carefully think. Functions are most useful. I am talking about the data availability. If you write the data inside of the functions, same thing I wrote many times. Redundancy of the data is more. redundancy, redundancy, redundancy of data is more. Redundancy of data is more. Redundancy of the data is more. Redundancy of the data is more. Dear students, are you understanding? Are you accepting this? Agreeing with my points? All of you. Same thing I wrote again and again. Because of more redundancy, is it taking more memory space or not? Because of more redundancy, is it taking more memory space or not? Yes, sir. Now, how it is in object-oriented programming? This is in the case of what? This is in the case of what? This is in the case of procedure-oriented programming language. This language is procedure-oriented programming language. Sir, in our Python, how do you do, sir? In Python, how do you do, sir? Very, very simple, sir. See, sir, in Python, in Java, in .NET, I will take O1, sir. Tell me for my satisfaction, Amma, what is O1? What is O1? I will show really miracles in the objects. Classes and objects. Listen perfectly for 3 days. I will make you king in that. I will make you dance to do in the class. Right. A and then B. A and then B. A and then B. What is this AB? 10 is here and then 20 is here. 10 is here and 20 is here. 10 is here and then 20 is there. Where is my data stored? Where is my data stored? Come on, ma. Where is my data stored? In the form of where? Object. In the form of object. Data stored in the form of what? Object. Now, dear student, please take O1 dot sum. O1 dot sum I am taking, capital O. I written O1 dot sum, you see. How I am calling? Dear student, L1 dot append, L1 dot copy, L1 dot extends, L1 dot delete, object name dot sum. Where it is going? Come to the Python quickly. Sum. What I will do, ma? C is equal to A plus B. What is this A and B? A and B was available as a part of object. O1 dot sum. Sum is a function operating on this A and B of this object. This AB belongs to what? AB of what? O1. Next you do one more. Next you do one more. O1 dot sub. O1 dot sub. O1 dot MUL. O1 dot div. See that. How many times the data is stored? How many times data stored? One time only. But how many times I am using? How many times I am using, please? How many times I am using? Any number of times. C is equal to A minus B. Like that, I can use any number of times. I can use any number of times. I can use any number of times. Tell me now. Any number of times I can use it. So which memory management is better? Storing the data in terms of functions is better. Storing the data in terms of objects is better. Tell me, ma. Storing the data in the form of what? Objects is better. Storing the data in the form of objects is better. For better memory management, storing the data inside the functions is not better. Last and final example. Best example. So you have the component always in your hand. Which is that component? You will answer that, I know. You will answer that within no time. You have one component always in the home, always with you. Even the sleeping time also it will. See how you can answer. Excellent students. I expected. Even you cannot answer Java question also, Python question also like this. What is that? Mobile. Is it a mobile? Is it an object of mobile? Everybody will call it as a mobile. Because as a programmer, as a Python, as an object-oriented programmer, I will not call it as a mobile. It is an object of mobile. Dear student. That's what, see, You don't mind it because we are talking generally. When I enter into the subject, I will show you the miracles of object-oriented programming. Mobile is a class actually, dear student. Mobile is actually a class. Mobile is actually a class. So this mobile, I will explain about that. With respect to this mobile, so many companies came forward. They learned the formula of mobile. Samsung people came, Nokia people came in olden days, and then iPhone came, and the types of mobiles are there. Reliance, you have better knowledge than me. Reliance Mobile is there. Then there are so many types of modules. There are so many types of mobiles are there. Now you observe it. Types of mobiles are called what? Oppo, Gippo, all Vivo, all those things are comes under what? Mobile is called what, ma? Mobile is called what? Class. And the types of mobiles are called what, ma? Types of mobiles are called what, ma? Objects. How easy to understand the object-oriented program? Because from the beginning onwards, I inculcated the knowledge in your brain about what? Object. Class, I'm telling you. Even though we don't know about the class and object, but we are fully aware of that classes and objects. Technically, we don't know, but we already know that. Now, it is very easy for me to get it. Come on to the point, ma. So, you have in your hand always what? Object or class? Object or class? Yes, object. So, to place your object, what is that? Samsung mobile. Samsung mobile you have. That is an object. Because you are touching and feeling. And to place it in your reading table, it is taking some space. You are touching and feeling. And who will take the memory space and who will not take the memory space? Please tell me, who will take the memory space? Dear students, please respond to every question of mine. Who will take the memory space? Object will take the memory space. Who will not take the memory space? Excellent. Class will not take the memory space. Excellent. Class will not take the memory space. One more example I want to ask you. Yeah, you just connected to me like anything. Now you connected to me like anything. The cars which are going on the road, are called dash. Excellent, Master Ravanti. Rajeshwari, very good. Karan, yeah, everybody is coming now. The cars which are going on the roads are called objects. Behind the object, who is there? Class is there. You take Honda people, research and development will define one type of model. Based on the model, you will release to the manufacturing unit. They will produce lot of objects of that formula. Now you tell me. Now I am asking one twisting question. You people are there in my class. Now all of you are called what? All of you are called what? Rashekar, very good now. Yes. Now you connected to me like anything. Objects. Okay? And who is your class? Don't tell Python. Who is your class? Don't tell Python, I told you. Don't tell your class name mine. What is your class? Student. You are all objects of which class? Ma? Student class. Okay, na? Okay, you committed mistake. I praised you, na? That's why you committed mistake. That's why I should not praise to anybody. Student class. Okay, last and final question. Who am I? Don't tell KVR. Who am I? Ratan, Karan. Who am I? I am an object. No, ma, I am an object. Of which class? I am an object of which class? Teacher class. Excellent. Teacher class. 4 to 6, 6 to 8. I am an object of Python. Morning 7 to 9, 11 to 1. I am an object of what? Java. So, So, dear students, I am asking you one thing. Now come to the mobile. In your mobile object, what are you storing? Contact numbers you are storing. Contact numbers. Contact numbers. CNOs. I am storing CNOs. Dear students, please carefully understand now. CNOs. CNOs you are storing. Photos you leave it, ma. CNOs. Photos I am not interested. CNOs. With this CNOs, I want to do what? I want to call. I want to call. Call. Next, I want to do what? I want to chat. Next, I want to do what? I want to go for WhatsApp. WhatsApp. I want to do what? SMS I want to send it. Next, I want to say what? Some Google Pay you want to do it. Some Phone Pay you want to do it. Some Phone Pay you want to do it. Some Phone Pay you want to do it. Like that, you are going to do lot of things you are going to do for one contact number. Tell me how you do. Mobile dot, SM dot, SM dot. You are writing SM dot. Suppose you want to call on one contact number. I want to do all these things. Contact number stored one time or more than one time, mama? Is it stored one time or more than one time? One time only. But how many operations I am doing? On one object, we are doing many more options. So is it a better management or not? Is it a better memory management or not? Yes, sir. That's why this entire story says data stored in the functions is better. Data stored in the objects is better. Data stored in functions is better. Data stored in objects is better. Data stored in objects is better. See, benefits of treating everything is an object. Tell me, the data is available. The data is available. The data is available in the form of, the data is available in the form of objects. The data is available in the form of what? Objects. Objects. The data is available in the form of objects. And we can apply objects. I will write. And we can apply. And we can apply. And we can apply functions. Functions. Dear students, the functions what we called so far, since we came to the object-oriented programming, we call it as a methods. Nothing changed, ma'am. Nothing changing. When you are in India, you are called what? When you are in India, you are called what? Indian. When you go to US, you are called what? They are also Indian, but you've taken a green card, hold all those things. You are called what? That time American. But what do you have? You have two legs, you have two hands, one head only. Everybody is having that only. But what is changing? Terminology will be changed. Normally, without object-oriented programming, it is known as what? Functions. Same function we are going to use in where? Oops, we call it as what? Methods. Methods. There also will come what? Positional parameters are there. Default parameters are there. Keyword parameters are there. Variable length parameters are there. Keyword variable length parameters are there. Global parameters are there. Local parameters are there. Global keyword will be there. Global function will be there. Regular expressions will be there. OS module will be there. Database concept will be there. Everything will be there. We call it as the data is available in the form of objects. The data is available around the objects. I will write. That is the correct word. The data is available. The data is available in the form of objects. In the form of objects, or I can write available around the objects. This is a better word you can follow. And we can apply functions and methods on the objects to perform operations. Tell me, ma, for my satisfaction, if you really follow me, to develop any object-oriented programming, first basic pillar is what? Since you connected now, that's why I'm asking you straightforward. First, what is required? Excellent, ma. Class. To store the data, we require object, no doubt in that. To create an object, what is required? All of them stopped. I don't know why. Okay, I will give an example. I will cancel my question. I want to store schema. I want to store 10 kVr. I want to store 34.56 OUCET. This is my data. I want to store this data. How do you store? My sir said already, to store multiple values of same type and different type, create an object of list. Create an object of list. How do you create ma? L is equal to, what is L? After all, one variable. Is equal to what we used to do like this. That is one thing. We also used to create like that now. We also used to create like this now. Okay, sir, good. Here you tell me ma, here, what is list? What is list ma? What is list ma? What is list? Okay. What is L? What is L? What is L? Anybody answer wrong na? I will give imposition today. What is L? Object. Object of which class? Object of which class? List class. How do you know this, sir? We printed na, sir, already. Sir, we printed na, sir, type of L. From the beginning days, when you are in LKG only, I taught this words ma. How it is printed? Class comma list. Class comma list. When you are in play group only, I taught this type of perfect knowledge for you. Did I explain this or not? So today, why doubt? To create this L, what is that L? Object. To create an object, what is required? What is required first? What is required, ma? Class is required. Class first, object first. Class first, object first. Class is first. Okay. With respect to that class, I will create one more object. L1 is equal to, sir, I will create a L list, sir. L2 is equal to, sir, I will create a list, sir. L3 is equal to, sir, I will write a list, sir. Tell me, sir. List class exists how many times, sir? List class available how many times, sir? Mass Ravani. List class available. Ayyo. Stop all of you. Ashish Kumar, very good. List class available how many times here? One time. How many objects created? L is created. L1 is created. L2 is created. L3 is created. L1, L is created. L1 is created. Why you are getting confused, ma? Don't be hurried. Don't be excited. So L4 is created. Tell me, list class is existing how many times? One time. How many times object is existing? 4 times. You tell me, how many you people are there? How many you people are there now? 208 students are there. 208 students are there. Just 2 minutes back, there are 212 students are there. So maybe because of various connection problem, some of the students in Varisa is there. Maybe whatever it is. 215 students are there or 208 students are there. These are all called what? 208 objects. 208 objects of which class? Of a single student class object only. So tell me, ma, student class object will exist how many times? What is the class I will tell you? Beautiful definition I will tell you. How many objects are creating? For my satisfaction, you tell me, to create an object compulsory, what is required? To create an object compulsory, what is required? Class is required. Class is required, which is acting as a formula. Now, to store the data compulsory, what to create? To store the data compulsory, what is required? Object is required, ma. What are the 2 pillars of writing a Python program or Java program or .NET program or any object-oriented programming? To create any object-oriented program, pillars are what? Class and object. You just make it one thing granted. Dear students, I'm just going to have one conclusion. Every object-oriented programming starts developing with what concept? Beginning. First, which concept we will use? Class. With respect to class, we will create objects so we can store the data. Ultimately, where do you store the data? You tell me first. Where do you store the data? Where do you store the data? Objects. To create an object, what is required? To create an object, what is required? Class. Who will contain memory space? Who will not contain memory space? Who will contain memory space, ma? Carefully think about it. Don't be hurry. Objects will have memory space. But to create an object, what is required? Class is required. Finished. Finished, ma. Right. Enough. Now I am going to. It is more than enough. With this knowledge, you will do miracles in my class. Okay. Shall I move forward? Shall I move forward? Now what do you understand? Are you understanding these benefits, ma? Are you understanding these benefits? Are you understanding these benefits or not? Yes, sir, clearly. This is a very big question in the interview point of view. Now the question is, the next discussion which I am going to give you now, to say, now I am continuing this point, ma. So I am coming to the subject. To say, now I am writing, to say a programming language, to say a programming language, to say a programming language, to say a programming language is object oriented. To say a programming language is object oriented language. Object oriented. To say a language is object oriented, then it has to satisfy. It has to satisfy object oriented principles. It has to satisfy object oriented principles. It has to satisfy object oriented principles. Object oriented principles. Object oriented principles. Object oriented principles. Now I am writing object oriented principles. So the object oriented principles in Python are, next line I am writing, the object oriented principles. The object oriented principles. The object oriented principles in Python are, the object oriented principles in Python are, number one, classes. Number one, classes. Carefully observe it. Because what some of the people will tell, what some of the worst websites are containing, I will address this. Second one is called objects. Second one is called objects. First one is called classes. Second one is called objects. Third one is called data encapsulation. Data encapsulation. I will explain all these things with more perfection. Data abstraction. Data abstraction. Data abstraction. Fifth one I am talking about inheritance. Inheritance. Everything I will explain so perfectly for you. Inheritance. And the sixth one is called polymorphism. 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 Next, seventh one is called what? Message passing, which we have done so far. Every day we are passing the message passing. How, sir? Passing the data from functions to function calls. Positional parameters. We are passing the arguments data to formal parameters. That is called passing mechanism. Message passing we can call. Keyword parameters, default parameters, variable length parameters, keyword variable length parameter. Passing the data from function call to the function definition is implicitly called as message passing. Dear student, last one was already discussing from the beginning onwards. How many OOPS principles are there, ma? Dear students, how many OOPS principles are there in Python? 7. Java contains 8. Java contains 8. But Python will contain 7. Because there is one difficult object-oriented principle is there called a dynamic binding, which was not there in Python. Because Rosum felt that Python students should not feel much difficulty. Right. So let us coming to the point back. Let us coming to the point back. Yeah. Yes, ma. Durga Prasad. Scrapping, web scrapping is the concept in Django. Web scraping is the concept in Django. Scripting means writing the programming. Scripting is nothing but what? Some set of lines which will solve the given problem. It is nothing but a Python program only. Right. So, coming to the point of it, yes, ma, listen. When you are learning Python OOPS features, don't remember Java. Because generally human tendency is what? When we are learning Python, now we will remember all the Java features in the brain. When we are learning Java, now we will be getting all the OOPS principles. When we go to an interview of Java, now we will not remember anything. That is the human psychology. Am I right or not? Am I right? Yeah, that's true. That's why, since you are relaxed, when you are relaxed, now everything is yours. Don't feel any tension for anything. That's why, to feel relaxed, what work to be done? What is the work to be done to be relaxed life always? Improve your subject. Get a good career by reading good Java, good Python. It is my advice for everybody. Learn Java also along with your Python. Even Java students also, I'm saying, learn Python also along with Java, because dual skills are very, very important. And the last 4 years onwards, even they are giving a small Python projects also coming to us. Even in the Capgemini also, we are doing this. Yeah. So we are supposed to learn dual skills must gather. Dual programming I'm talking. Skills means not only just talking in the air. Dual programming effective knowledge is important. Coding need to be coding, which will change your life, ma. I'm telling to you. Yeah. Come on, ma. Coming to the point of it. Dear students. Now, you take any student. Some of the people are saying, those who are teaching, which I heard recently, some of the people are saying, when they are learning Python programming, some of the students who are joined in my batch, newly in the 6 o'clock, already, of course, we don't want to discourage somebody, or we don't want to boost. All we respect it, but they should not teach wrong things. That is what we request to everybody. Wrong things, no. They have to teach pakka practical examples. That what we need to learn it. See what some of the people are saying, they are saying OOPS principles are only 4, they are saying. You ask only one question to them. Some of the websites are saying that only 4. Now the question, straightforward question to anybody. Anybody says 4. Even I can also tell only 4. But I don't want. If you want to write the program of encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polygon, minimum knowledge is what? Minimum knowledge is what? Classes concept compulsory. Object concept compulsory. Without classes and object, we cannot do anything with this 3, 4, 5, 6. That's why the big IBM scientists, the big industry experts said that in Python we have 7 features. In Java also 8 features are there in Java. A big industry expert. They designed even technologies with 8 principles. But some of the people in Amirpet, they are saying that only 4. When you go to tomorrow interview, how many OOPS principles are there? A person like me is asking, if we say 4, immediately will say, okay, we will call you tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. And you are always charging the mobile and waiting for the call when it will come. Day and night you are waiting. Because marriage proposals are coming, want to get the job. So no job, no marriage. Bachelor for the entire life. See that typical conditions, these are all part. Okay, even in morning I said this type of joke. Of course, it's not a joke, just I made this statement. Some of the students, you said, no, sir, when we become bachelors, there is a chance to become prime minister, sir. Prime minister or chief minister, chance is there to become a prime minister. Prime minister or chief minister, they said. And they are entering into the political situation. Something like that. Not like that. So, okay, anyhow, come to that. So, when they say 4, we don't want to go for it. So, how many OOPS principles are there? Yes, ma, king. How many OOPS principles are there? 7. Suppose if you go to an interview, suppose there is a person who knows only 4. So you may ask a question, sir, that person was there in the industry now, who knows score? So that time when he was selected, this question might not be coming now. There is no rule that all the questions to be asked. That time when he was selected, might not be having that question. Now he has how many in his brain? 4. Now you are sitting in front of that person. How many whoops principles are there? Definitely will say 7. Will he say that we'll call you tomorrow? Will he say that we will call tomorrow? No, definitely. The 4 is there in your 7. The 4 what he knows is there in 7. Definitely will ask you, tell me what are those. Definitely will get some extra. Definitely will get some extra. He will not deny you. Why? He also learned in his programming to do this 3, 4, 5, 6. Compulsory things are this. That's why superset knowledge will satisfy the subset people. If you learn substandard subject, you cannot satisfy the superset people. That's why we must be always superset in the subject part. Dear students, am I clear about that? Am I clear about that? Shall I move forward? Yes. Now, I will go for what is a class. Now I will go for what is a class. Of course, you don't feel it. You take any person, what is a class? You take any person, what is a class? You will say, of course, I have seen that so many years together I have seen. So, what is a class? You will say, class is a collection of objects. It's a blunder. Yes, I will explain that. That is a blunder. So, they heard about class, but what they learned? Wrong. Now, we will ask a question. What is an object? Instance of a class is called an object. Okay. Immediately they will ask a question. What is instance? What is instance? No answer. Out of order. What is data encapsulation? Practical example. What is data abstraction? Both of them no answers. Inheritance. It is a ocean. It is a ocean. You will show miracles in that. Polymorphism. Multiple forms. What is a form? That student will lose the form. You will see left side and right side. Is there any form? Message passing. You don't know, but he will answer. God given knowledge. Passing the message is called a message passing. This is the knowledge of the students. I know you are laughing by yourself. I know you are laughing by yourself. But these are the facts. Is it the facts or not? Is it the facts or not? Yes, sir. They are the facts, ma. Now, yeah, that is what. Some of the websites will maintain only 4. That is called a blunder, I am saying. Yes, ma. Yes, these are all called unavoidable. Now, coming to the point of it, now we want to go for the classes concepts. Now we want to go for the classes concept. I will take a separate window. How many whoops principles are there, ma? How many whoops principles are there for my satisfaction, please? Now I am going for, okay, first I will talk about only classes. I will talk about only classes. Dear students, let us go for the classes. Now I am going for the classes concept. Dear students, now I am going for the classes concept. Very, very simple, ma. Now, take certain examples, dear students. Dear students, take our data types. How many data types are there in Python? How many data types are there in Python? Excellent. You are remembering like anything. You are remembering like anything. Int, float, next bool, next is called a complex. Just I am writing because I am coming to my classes concept here because I need to recapitulate this point. STR, next is called what, bytes, byte array. Next is called what, range. Next is called list. Next is called tuple. Next is called what, set. Next is called frozen set. Next is called what, dict. Next is called none. These are all called 14 data types. Dear students, if you really follow me, all these data types are called what, ma? All these data types are called what now? All these things are what? Excellent. Classes. Classes. Which classes these are? You defined, already defined. You defined, already defined. These are all called what? Predefined classes. Predefined classes. See from where I am going to start my concept. Predefined classes acts as data types. Acts as data types. Similarly, today I want to develop my own class. Today I want to develop my own class now. Today I want to develop my own class. My own data type I want to develop. My class I want to develop. Yeah, I want to develop my own class. Why? To develop my own programming define, to develop my own data type. My own data type. My own data type. Which is called, which is also called as what? My own programmer defined data type. Programmer defined data type. Programmer defined data type I want to develop. Plus, dear student, plus, now see, every Python programming indirectly or directly depends on our data types or not. Every programming language is depend on our classes or not. Yes, sir. To develop, I want to develop my own class, to develop my own data type, programmer defined data type, plus to develop any real-time application. To develop any real-time application, I require to develop my own class. So somebody will ask you tomorrow, why do you go for your own class? Why do you go for your own class? I want to go for my own class development to develop my own data type, plus to develop any real-time application. Are you getting my point, ma? Are you understanding? Tell me, why do you use classes concept? This is the first question is coming in the interview point of view. The purpose of which concept? Classes concept is that the purpose of classes concept is that it is to develop programmer defined data type. Programmer defined data type. Programmer defined data type. That means I want to develop your own data type. Your own data type. Plus, I'm writing plus. Please don't forget my word. This you need to tell as it is in the interview. You butify. You understand. Don't tell your own answer. I'm requesting to every student of mine. Don't give your own answers, ma. Please tell what I'm saying in the class. To develop programmer defined data type. To develop real-time applications. To develop real-time applications. To develop real-time applications. To develop real-time applications. And to develop real-time applications. And to develop my own programmer defined data type, I will go for the concept of classes. Yes, the purpose of classes concept is that to develop programmer defined data type plus to develop real-time applications, we go for the concept of classes. Tell me, is it understandable or not understandable? Is it understandable or not understandable? Everybody, if you say, sir, we understand, then I will move forward. Then I will move forward. Yes, sir. We understood, sir. Now, suppose I want to store employee data. I want to store employee data. Okay. Before that, I want to say one more point also. I want to say one more point. The purpose of classes concept is to develop programmer defined data type. What is the programmer defined data type? Programmer defined data type allows us to store this data type. Data types are always used for storing what? Data types are always used for storing what? Values are not? Come on, ma. Purpose of data types is what? Beginning days, you remember. I told very perfectly. Int type, float type, bool type, complex type. We observe everything. Are they storing different properties of values or not? Yes. So I am writing the purpose of the purpose of now I am writing the purpose of programmer defined data type is that to store what multiple values to store multiple values to store multiple values either of either of same type or different type same type or different type or both the types or both the types is the purpose of programmer defined data. Multiple values used to store multiple values either of same type or different type or both the types. You may ask a question, sir, already you have the list data type to do that, sir. You will tell to me directly, sir, already there is a list data type is there now, sir. List is there. You can store now, sir. How, sir? L dot append. You can store your number, sir. L dot L1 dot append, sir. You can store your value. You can store your name, sir. Now I will say what? L1 dot append, sir. I can store your. I can store the. I can store your college name also, sir. Then why you take your own class, sir? Yes. Suppose I want only three values I want to store. But this L1 will append how many values? Is this L1 will take only three values, more than three values? Three values, more than three values? Here I added three values. Will it take only three values? I can add also. Can I add some more values or not? Yes, we can add. But I don't want to add some more values to my data. I want to develop my own data type, which will allow only three values. I don't with list. It is allowing me to add some more values. It is allowing me to add some more values, but I don't want to do that. I will create my own object. S1 is equal to what? Student. See, just have an analogy. What is list here? What is list here? Please. What is list here? Class. What is student here? What is student here? Programmer defined class. Programmer defined class. In S1, we can add only three values. Like that, I will design my class. I will customize my class. I can design my own class. We can add only what? Three values, but not more than that. But not more than that. It is my requirement. It is my requirement, but not more than that. I don't want to go for more than that. In S1, we can add only three values, but not more than that. I want to add only three values, but not more than that. My requirement is that. But L1 is taking, but L1 is also taking some more values. I don't want. I want to take only this. Simple. Now you are going on the road. Now they are giving something for you free of cost. Will you take it? Will you take it nowadays? You cannot. You cannot. Because what is there inside, we don't know. What is there inside, we don't. We never touch also. What you want, you will take that only. I will customize by myself. We will be secure by ourselves. That's why I will define my own data. See, the purpose of programmer defined data type is that to store multiple values, either of same type or different type or both the types. Dear students, next I am going to move forward. To develop programmer somebody asked me what is real-time application. The programs which we have written so far, for example, in exception handling, I told you the ATM application case study. It is called one type of application. It is called one type of application. It is called one type of application. For example, morning time we are doing inserting the dynamic student data into the database. What is that? Is called one type of real-time application. Every type of program we write in the class, it is going to come in the real-time projects. We call it as what? Real-time application. There I will use my classes concept. CX underscore module, connection object, cursor object. Are we using all of them or not? What is there inside? Classes are there, objects are there. Are you getting my point, ma? Are you getting my point, ma? Shall I move forward? To develop programmer defined data type, to develop programmer defined data type with the classes concept, with the classes concept, we use we use a keyword called we use a keyword called we use a keyword called what? Come on. We use a keyword called class. We use a keyword called class. See the keyword. We use a keyword called class. Without classes concept, we cannot develop the programmer defined data type. Now I am writing. So every program in Python must be developed with the concept of classes. Without classes concept, we can't develop a meaningful application. Last and final, I am writing each and every meaningful application, meaningful application, meaningful application. Some of my Java students are also there. You are always remembering Java class concept. You try to match it. Final theme is same. But what is different? Syntax is compulsory different. All OOPS principles are same, amma. Even after 20 years you learn, concept is same. Why classes concept is used for? Programmer defined data type. Which keyword you will use? Classes concept. Without classes concept, you cannot develop a meaningful application. Each and every meaningful application in Java, in Python, must be developed by using what? Classes concept. By using 1 minute, mama, why it is coming here? So by using which concept? Classes concept. By using classes concept. Without classes concept, we can't write any meaningful application in Python. Is this 4 points clear or not? Tell me, what is the purpose of class? All of you, what is the purpose of class, ma? Purpose of class is what? Are you there? To develop programmer defined data type. Without programmer defined data type, we cannot develop any meaningful application. Which keyword we will use it? Which keyword we will use, ma? Yes, class keyword we will use it. Okay, now I will go for definition of class, ma. Definition of class I want to take it. Definition of class I want to go for it. Class is a keyword. Definition of class I will go for it. So I will go for tomorrow class. Already now almost 5:50. Almost 5 o'clock, 50 minutes. Tomorrow class I will continue. So don't miss the concept of this. And one more thing I am saying, ma. Day after tomorrow, please listen this announcement, ma. Day after tomorrow, we are starting the new Python batch at morning 9 o'clock. Please intimate to all your friends. Please save the life of the people nowadays to make a good subject from the batches, from our batches. Have you intimated to your friends already? Have you intimated to your friends? Yes. So please intimate to all your friends and please take care about it. Yes. So tomorrow's class, I will inform once again and we will go for it. Tomorrow, are you attending morning 9 o'clock? Are you attending morning 9 o'clock? No, not necessary. No need. So I will tell you that MySQL connections in your batch separately. Okay, na? Okay, ma. Thank you for informing to your friends. So yes, ma. Morning classroom notes I will upload. Okay? Don't do it, ma. Right. Yes, ma. Kaushal Tata. Thank you, ma. Yes, ma. Thank you, Kaushal Tata. Right. Thank you. Good day. I will upload, ma. I will upload. Yes, ma. Shiva, thank you. All the best. Please inform to as many friends as possible. Thank you. Good day for you. Yeah, Malesh, who referred ma?